Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the shiny Zekrom here in the Master League, something that just basically got released on the wild, not released on the wild, but was just in their raids. So we're going to take a look at this thing today. You see the IV spread there, 14, 12, 15. I got one lucky traded to that. I actually made like 3 lucky shiny trade to this, and this was the best one I had. The difference between the other one I could have powered up, which was a 14, 15, 15, was just the matchup against Giratina Origin. I think Shadow Claw does 1 more damage now against you, so it's definitely worse, but for me it looks cooler and it takes less damage, no, what's called like less Stardust to power it up, so I just went for it. I'm not the first person who showcases team around Zekrom right now. Like already we're like basically half a day into Master League and I already see 3 or 4 videos of Zekrom in my timeline right now. So I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, as yeah, I don't know, like a lot of people showcase the same thing. I don't really want to showcase the same thing as well, but I already did the battles because I thought, okay, maybe not a lot of people are gonna showcase it, but no, like everybody showcases, so here we go. Doesn't really matter. We have Zekrom here, and we have a very interesting team. We have the Ho in the lead, which is just a very good Pokemon that has a lot more play right now in the meta, thanks to the Zacian being around. We have the Dialga, the Sassorb, which also gets out fairy types, but still has the Iron Head for those. And then we have the Zekrom on the back that basically doesn't really want to face any fairy types, so we can get them out there, and we're gonna win like so many games here because we went actually 12-3 with this team. I think I threw some games as well on my own and had some time lag, so I could have been even better than this, but I had like great success with this team. I think those showcase the same, but with Zacian as a Sassorb, I think I put this already in my meta analysis or like team review for the Master League as well. Like if you saw the video there, I think I'll also put this as a Sassorb option for this team. But I think the Dialga makes more sense than the Zacian, even though Zacian is right now the best Pokemon in the league. I think just in general, getting out the Pokemon that you really want to get out, which you don't want to face with the Zekrom, you can do that way more reliably with the Dialga, so I think it's a better version than Zacian, but this is my opinion. Of course, both are fine. And yeah, we had great success with this team. I definitely can recommend it to you. Totally a normal standard team, and Ho-Oh is just such a god. Like Ho-Oh is such a good Pokemon right now. Definitely try that out. A lot of people run Ho-Oh in the lead, but this is mainly the reason why I'm most likely gonna make a video about like how to counter exactly this team that I play right now, because a lot of people just hype the Zekrom right now. Zekrom is in raids everywhere, so maybe I already did this before, but I have a team in mind that I'm most likely gonna try out before that, but we have to see if I can do it in time. Always depends on if I get stuff uploaded correctly or not. But here we can go for an Iron Head and KO this thing, which is pretty sick, and my opponent goes to Mewtwo and we actually still get to the next Iron Head. This is the cool thing about Dialga, it's still such a good Pokemon. It's like such a meta threat in general. Such a good thing, and you definitely kind of want to have a Dialga if you don't have one yet, and you need to best buddy it for the mirror match, so otherwise you're kind of screwed there. Here my opponent makes a mistake because he doesn't know we have Zekrom in the back. He let this go and we can farm him down, and at this point Mewtwo cannot redo anything. Mewtwo still has to take all the damage from the Dragon Breath and the Incinerate, and there's like, look how much I do there, it's crazy. And you look at the tail of the Zekrom, it looks like so cool with the shiny version. It's just amazing. Next up, we're gonna have Ho-Oh against Landorus. Also something where the team I think of right now would be pretty cool, but yeah, I'm really hyped actually for the team that I'm gonna showcase there. Like I'm definitely gonna try to do some meta breaking things maybe a day earlier. So for you, it most likely already been there, or like gonna be tomorrow, we have to see. So it's a little bit awkward always to talk about something that's going to happen in the past for when you see the video, but in the future when it's for me. But I have some good ideas for this Master League. I'm actually hyped that we have Master League back. I still have some meme stuff that I want to try out in Master League again, so gonna be fun. But in general, here right now we have the Dialga coming in. Dialga is such a good Pokemon, like it's so crazy. Like it does so much damage against Zacian. We actually survive one close combat usually, but just barely. My opponent goes into the Togekiss. Are we actually still gonna win this game? It's gonna be tricky. We're gonna be able to KO him with one wild shot. So this is the cool thing about Zekrom. That's why Zekrom was also a little bit better than Reshiram in my opinion. Reshiram doesn't really have the play. And look at this. We just farmed down the Fairy type there in time with 1 HP and a Dream on my Dialga. Bye bye there. My opponent goes into Zacian there here. Zacian usually has not the best matchup against Ho unless they're in Wild Charge. My opponent runs a Wild Charge. I'm actually going to be able to catch the next Wild Charge on my Dialga, which in hindsight didn't do anything for me. I should have went into my Zekrom there instead of my Dialga because, of course, Iron Head still, not Iron Head, the Close Combat would of course KO me now because we have the damage from the Wild Charge already on us, so not the best. But we could be, I think we go into Zekrom. Yeah, we get some extra energy there. We go into Zekrom now. And Zekrom basically gonna be able to destroy this Yveltal. It has to shield or like it just dies because one Wild Charge is definitely enough. It just goes down. My opponent goes into Dialga. I can go for one Earthquake. And he actually let us go, which is even better for us. We can farm all the way down. We have move start already. We're just gonna go for one move here. And just in case we might get to a crunch or something again. But we're going to be able to get to another move anyway, and this is going to be a good game. Well played there, but this team is so strong in general. I had so much fun with it. Next up, we have Dialga against us. Against Dialga, usually I could just go for a Brave Bird and then swap out. I want to have some damage against Dialga. He knows that this is a Brave Bird, he still shields anyway. And we have a good matchup there. It's an ABB line, so you always want to swap out so you get out the fairy types. So as Zacian is a very common in the meta right now, you kind of always want to go into your Dialga after a while. It's an ABB team, that's how you play ABB teams. And here we can actually just KO the Zacian as well because he's shieldless now. And we're in a decent spot. My opponent goes into Dialga, goes I think immediately for the Draco. Yeah, KOs my Dialga, totally fine. I'm just gonna go to my Zekrom because now we basically resist the quick moves. And I think this is only an Iron Head. And it is, and let's see what he has in the bag. Let's see Yveltal. Let's see if one Wild Charge KOs this thing. Easily. And yeah, like Zekrom is such a good closer right now, like I can highly recommend it to you, but maybe a lot of people are gonna be like very prepared for this thing soon, so it might not be as good anymore as it was before. But here my opponent runs actually Thunder on the Dialga, which is a rare moveset. Against Melmetal with the Dialga, which you also kind of want to swap get out, I guess. Like Melmetal is in general a little bit of a problem, but it's not as common anymore. But they just go for one superpower and you can then go for the Draco. Here he actually stays in for longer and farms up a lot of energy, which is not as good. He goes for the Rock Slide, which is interesting, but he has to go for another move here anyway. So thanks for wasting your energy that much. And we can go into a Zekrom, farm him down. Let's see what he has in the back. He also has superpower anyway. He swaps out into his own Dialga. We should be able to KO him in time. Goes for a crunch. I think we lose his matchup actually. I should have most likely swapped out here now. But I didn't. I'm gonna shield here because I expected him to be low. Or like weak against me in the back. Maybe I can one-shot something with my Wild Charge, but I didn't expect that this didn't KO there, so yeah, if the Incinerate KO'd him with 1 HP there, we would have been easily able to win this game, but like this, he's gonna be able to farm me down in time and there's nothing I can do, which is kind of sad because it was definitely a winnable game. Next up, Melmetal in the lead, something that I don't really like to see. I'm no shielding the first move because if I debuff myself with Brave Bird now, because it's a better bait move basically, like you don't really want to get hit by other, like the other things afterwards, the Rock Slides. So here we're just gonna go for one move, and I tried to swap out, it didn't work out. Perfect. We go into a Dialga and we're gonna make it something weird now, and I wasn't really happy with how I played this, but I think it worked out at the end, I don't know. We're just gonna farm up as much as we can, and now we're gonna swap out into our Zekrom. We have a Draco Media stored. This is basically an instant KO on nearly every Pokemon, which is cool. My opponent goes for another Surf there with a 1 HP and a Dream. Very lucky for him. We can go here. I make a mistake. I should have went for the Wild Charge. Didn't work. And he has to go. He can go for another move. I have to shield something because I'm already so low. He has a Gyarados in the back. We can go for the Wild Charge. And does a 1 Draco Media KO a Gyarados in the Master League. It does. And we're going to be able to win this game easily there. Good game to my opponent. Well played. Into the next one, we're gonna have Ho against Togekiss. A very nice matchup. My opponent swaps out into Lugia. Usually you have some extra turns there in the beginning, so usually you completely team P-tie there with the Incinerate and Brave Bird combination against the Lugia with the other combination, one's called Dragon Tail and Sky Attack. Like you get to the move at the same time, but this time around, because I had to swap out, we get to it first. We get the shield. We have no shield advantage, switch advantage, and can align our Pokemon perfectly as we hard counter our opponent now. we can let this go, and I completely threw this game. As you're gonna see now. My opponent gonna not do anything here. So I can go for the Brave Bird, and I let this go because I thought, okay, I'm definitely gonna be able to win this with my Zekrom alone, don't I? I won't, because I underestimated the damage that the Dragon Claw and the Shadow Claw does from the Giratina, and here's where my IV spread KO'd me, because if I had the better IV spread, I would have been able to survive this matchup, which is kind of annoying. So it should have been actually a 13-2, but A, I played it bad, B, I had the wrong like AV spread for this, which is kind of annoying, but this is how it is. And yeah, it's just kind of annoying, to be honest. We have Excadrill against us. Against Excadrill, we just gonna farm all the way down. There's nothing really that we can do otherwise here right now. Also didn't get the move against the Excadrill off, which was really annoying me. I have this bug like for like 10 matches or something, not 10 matches, like 10 sets now, where I just cannot throw my charge moves. I don't know why, but it just doesn't allow me to throw my charge moves after the charge move from my opponent. Like never. Like I just always get farmed down without any hope that I can win the game. And this again, I think, loses me the game. So I actually should have been 14-1 if I just threw the Iron Head against the Excadrill, because then I still had a shield left. But like this, I won't be able to get to the Brave Bird. So this team would have been actually way better than it even is already, which is kind of sad. I think there was another single matchup which I just had where I wouldn't be able to have like at least a chance to win a game. So this is kind of sad to be honest. Here again, we just go for the Brave Bird. We can shield once here and we are fine. If he wants to go into the route, we are fine as well. He goes into the Zacian. We can go for some Iron Heads. And my opponent takes a little bit too long to get to his next move there, as we can go for another Iron Head here and get his health down, which is interesting play from my opponent, because I guess my opponent doesn't like to see Ho at all. We have some nice lag there again. I'm just going no shield, expecting him to have no, yeah, I think he showed me already the play rough before, like you don't run play rough wild charge. Close combat is a must have on the Zacian, so here we can just farm him all the way. He goes for Dark Pulse here, totally fine for me. I can go for the Brave Bird, bye bye the root, and good game there. Into the second to last game, most likely, we have Giratina against us. We swap out into Dialga, we have Togekiss against us, we can get to 2 moves here easily, which is very nice. And if he goes for the Ancient Power, I can no shield and actually get to 2 moves, which is also cool. So I'm just gonna no shield here, Ancient Power does nothing, and I should be able to get just barely to the last Iron Head there. I'll be able to get both of my opponent's shields, and now I have my Ho-Oh, which definitely has to shield here, but we can overfarm to like 100 energy now, which is nice. And he get the boost, which didn't really matter too much there. I wasn't really like mad about this to be honest, because we one-shot him anyway. And now we have Zacian against us, which is fine for me. I'm gonna shield. It's gonna be the play rough. And we can go for 1 wild charge there. Gonna be able to put him very low. And we can be able to get to the next move in time. I think he lagged a little bit there, but we should be in a decent enough spot that we should be able to win this game. He has to go for the Shadow Ball now, KOing me. We can go for the 1 Brave Bird, and this is gonna be able to KO my opponent. Good game there. Actually, might have still 2 games left. Mamoswine against us. Mamoswine, totally fine for this team. Like, just the Dragon Breath does a lot of damage against it already. My opponent goes into the Lugia again. We do the same thing again. Go into Dialga. Actually, I think I shield here. I'm shielding the Aeroblast, because it still does too much damage, and we get all the farm in the world. It's only a Sky attack, doesn't really matter. And we have like nearly 2 Iron Heads already, which is nice. My opponent goes into a Ho-Oh, and we can go for 1 bait move here and then go for the big nuke. Going to be able to do some nice damage here against this guy. And we're gonna swap out into our own Ho-Oh. We actually get an extra move in, which is nice. We can shield. He goes immediately into the Mamoswine. I should have went for 1 more Incinerate, I think. But we just wanted to get rid of this, and now we should be in a decent enough spot that we should win this game, as we win CMP here as well. This is actually a funny thing, like, usually I never win CMP tie with 2 Incinerate users. Like, Talonflame matchup in Ultra League. I played Talonflame for nearly most of Ultra League this time around. I think I didn't win CMP once in 10 like times in a row or something, which was insane because mine is a Hundo, and Hundo is basically the best possible thing that you can have. It was like literally insane. But it's fine. Here we can go for an Iron Head against this Zacian again. We can go for... okay, he goes on the charge move. I'm totally fine with this. Ho-Oh can farm all the way down now. I think I'm not gonna shield. No, it's a close combat and we can farm all the way. I have 80 energy right now. We can go for another move. We have 100. We can go for the Gravebird and then swap out. Do a lot of damage here. And he has Dialga on the back. That's gonna be a little bit of a tough game. But he has to shield something here anyway, and I think the Ho might be able to win this game at the end. If we can get to another move there, we're gonna shield up. It's an Iron Head. We're gonna go for a Brave Bird, which already KOs. We not just need to get to another one. We definitely gonna get to another one. Thanks all for watching. This team is definitely really good. I can highly recommend it to you, and see you in the next episode. And have a great rest of your day.